they really continue to fail with Miles Morales, and these moves they keep doing with him are exactly why I really can't stand him. Hey, what's up, Nerd fam? This is your boy Gashawn. I want to welcome you to Enter the Nerd. Today, I want to talk a little bit about Miles Morales, or um, really, his character is very, very strange. I'm not really a fan of Miles Morales just because of how much. I mean, I remember reading his stories from the Ultimate Universe where he was, and I never really liked the replacement characters, no matter what skin color they are. 'Cause I know that's something that a lot of people like to say is they don't like replacements when they're black characters. It's not true. I've grown up with Peter Parker. Peter has tons of his original stories. With Miles Morales, they literally did not do a very good job of fleshing them out. They're trying even more. I did like the Ultimatum story they had with him, but then they gave him the Clone Saga and they have him really fighting a lot of Peter's villains and even going beat for beat for some of his stories. Now, would I have a problem if Miles Morales, right, was not called Spider-Man, but still had some of the powers like, a Silk or something like that? No, and that'd be kind of cool if, just like it was explained in the whole Spider-Verse and the other that he was another one of those spider totems. Wouldn't have an issue with that. But instead, they use the popularity of the Spider-Man name and all that. And I get it. A lot of people got very used to Miles Morales from the Into the Spider-Verse movie, which was a very entertaining movie. I'm not gonna lie about that. A lot of kids love it, and a lot of kids who have never read a comic book, that's their Spider-Man. I completely understand. But it doesn't change the fact that a lot of things that happen with him are absolutely borrowed. And if you like him, I'm not saying you shouldn't. I'm just saying there's something very strange they keep on doing with him, because now Miles Morales literally is turning into every other hero. For example, they did a What If where he was like, I believe, Falcon at one point, and I believe then he even had him be Captain America, grow up to be Captain America. And then I saw a new one where he was Wolverine. And it's like he's already like kind of a replacement character, the way they built him in. But it's like they keep on putting Miles Morales. Like, I know Miles Morales is very sellable right now. His name means a bit, right, commercially. But this is not a good job of you really just fleshing him out, especially when you keep on putting him in a whole bunch of roles that have already existed for other people, right? I mean, I thought personally the Captain America thing was very, very lazy because you already have Eli Bradley, who you could. It actually makes more sense for him to go into something like that. It doesn't have to be Captain America, but him growing up as Patriot and Patriot being a grown hero himself would be awesome. And that's something that really needs to be explored even more. But the Wolverine thing was just it was just silly. And I don't understand it. I mean, I understand why they're doing it. To me, it's just not very good. And for people who say they care about black characters, but are cheering on this one character getting turned into everyone else is crazy to me. Like, it's really crazy because there's so many original characters out there that they could just be fleshing out. Tons from the X-Men, tons from the regular universe, like Night Thrasher being one of my favorites, who has his own lore. I'm gonna do a whole video on him so you can really get how cool that character is. But once again, there are some minor tweaks for me that Miles Morales could have. I think the first thing will be a name change. That'd be awesome. And they had like a whole story about him trademarking a name and be like the Brooklyn Spider-Man. And it's like, okay, look, I think if he just had a different name altogether and then had him fight villains that were not Peter's before, awesome. Just make it just away from that. And then maybe Spider-Man, Peter will jump in every now and again, but that's what I prefer. If you don't care about that, that's absolutely fine. I get it. But for me, that's just what I prefer to see in a character. Him turning into this whole Captain America thing, and then I get it. They're trying to cash in, but it is what it is. Let me know what you think. Do you think Miles Morales is being used correctly? Do you like him as a character? Do you think he's a replacement character? Whatever. Let's have that conversation, and let's see whether you agree or not. I welcome the conversation, and tell me, what original black characters do you like? Because one thing I've seen in defense of this is that a lot of people just don't know. A lot of people just, and that's okay. A lot of people just don't read comics, and they assume that there aren't any, and they think that making a character like Miles is gonna usher in a whole bunch of original black characters. And to be honest, that hasn't happened, as you can see, because rather than create a whole bunch of new, young, black, or whatever characters, they literally have him stepping in the role of others. So, I mean, that doesn't seem to be true. But I'll end it here. Enter the Nerd.